Hey, hold on. There we go. All right. I don't know why this is what it is, but hey, welcome to another Sports Church. I'm your host, Sean Kerman, aka Mini, the United States Marine Corps veteran. 23 of them was my MOS, IOEs. I'm a car carrier member of the E4 Mafia, allegedly. And we've got a short show for you because we're down, pterodactyl. So I'm going to bring on my very good friend from many, many years ago. He is our MMA and gambling expert, Mr. Brother Bishop Poop Dog.
Oh, let us proclaim the mysteries of wheel kick knockouts in the UFC, killing Pook's rooster. Yes, Minnie, I'm the brother of Bishop Pook Dog from the First Sports Church. Nothing but the truth, my man. And last night was interesting, and we'll unpack that during my segment. But first, before we get into that, I got a little bone to pick with your president. So your president got on the State of the Union address earlier this week, and he's completely defunding women's sports if they continue down the path of the transgender, right? Well, what's truly, I thought we were trying to make America great here.
Me too.
Well, these transgenders are breaking all kinds of records. You know, they're dominating boxing, weightlifting, all these sports, right? And boom, the president's putting a stop to this. How's that making America great? How are we ever going to see a LeBron James? How are we ever,
I don't know.
WNBA is
I
pretty
wasn't
much
making it up.
WNBA is pretty much unwatchable, right? It looks like I'm watching a 40-year-old rec league, men's league. When that's how they move. We need some transgenders. We need some dipsy do dunkaroos. You know what I'm saying? We need that. We need that in the sport. I don't know
We
what he's
need that?
doing here. But
We need that?
how's he making America great? I don't understand.
I
We're
don't
going
know.
backwards here. We're going backwards.
Well, it is what it is. All right.
I guess we're all just going to have to suffer through it.
Yeah, Bubba.
You know, I mean, it's going to be a long time. The way they're going, it's going to be a long time before we can clean up the WNBA and bring in the transgenders.
Well, LeBron James is about the end of his career. He can be LeBrita James, and
he dominate the league, man.
Dominate the league by storm, yeah, for sure.
No question. I mean, we already saw him in the maid outfit, right? We all saw that. Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Yeah. Well, there's something to that, I suppose. All right, man. Like, we're short pops tonight and tea as well, so it's gonna be a really short show. Not a lot to talk about baseball, but I will. But Pook, why don't you lead us off? What's the first one you wanted me to show you? Roofie?
Yeah, we can show that. This hurts me because I'm going to tell you why this hurts me so much, because, you know, I feel a kinship to Bobby King Green in the sense that I lived in San Bernardino for so long. He's from San Bernardino. He's from the San Bernardino area. I seen him on the Joe Rogan podcast. I really got to know the guy. I followed his whole career. You know, he was a 4-1 underdog in this fight, and I thought there was some value there. I actually bet him. We're going to see what the odds makers saw that Pook didn't right now. So go ahead and cue that up. Ouch.
Ow. Ow. One more time.
Ouch.
Damn.
Another rooster dead, man. This sport never ceases to freaking disappoint me when it comes to my old roosters getting murdered. I mean, over and over again, we see this over and over again.
Pook, I'm with you. Like, that's one of the things I can't get super into MMA is because, you know, with baseball, you know, you can follow your guy for years, sometimes 15 years. You can follow your guy. In MMA and UFC, fuck, man, maybe a year or two, and then they're washed up. By the time you get to the zenith and you win a couple fights, it's over. It is
by the time you're in the limelight, right? By the time you're in the limelight, by the time you've made it, you probably, unless you're one of the great ones and one of the great ones that like seem to keep going for years and years and years, like a Randy Couture or even a Chuck Liddell. It's a couple years and boom, you're done. You're done, man. You're done.
So it's hard. Like, I feel your
especially these lightweights, man. You reach age 35, 36, man. You're freaking done, man. You're done. You're toast.
Yeah. Did you see Trump show up at the event the other night?
Yeah, I'm not happy with that guy. I told you about the whole transgender thing. You know, we got to make America great here.
He gave Rogan a big old hug, full on Trump hug, and gave Cormier a shake of the hand. And I was like, oh, well, I guess I know where you stand on this. So, anyways, we've got some more fight action, I guess, coming up, right? This was something I actually had followed a little bit. The Gagey fight with Rafael.
Yeah,
he was to see Rafael. I think I saw a clip of Rafael. All right,
Rafi. Yeah,
Rafi.
Mauricio Rafi.
I saw a clip of him. He's like, yeah, I think next time I find him, try not to use my face to help his hands. So I don't know what happened in this fight, dude.
Well, I got queued up the turning focal point of this fight. It looked like there might have been a stoppage. This came in the second round, and it was a vicious uppercut. He got in close and caught him with a vicious uppercut, and we'll cue that up. And that really was the tail of the fight. I mean, before this fight, you're watching the live odds, and and Faziz was favored. Faziz was favored in the live odds. So go ahead, cue this up. Cue this up. After that, it was all Gaethje. After this turning focal point.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not seeing it.
There it is. You're not seeing it?
I'm not seeing it on my side. On my side, I don't know. I'm not seeing it.
Shoulder. Gaethje's got to be very careful there.
Now you got it.
There we go. Oh. Yeah, I thought the fight was over here. But Faziz fought back. He recovered from that and put together some quality moments after that. But it was pretty much that was the tide turning. That was the turning of the tide in that fight. That fight was pretty much over after that. Happy to see Gaethje doing Gaethje things again. You know what I'm saying? So that's good to see, right? That's real good to see. You know, he's a guy that keeps on going. He's been doing this a pretty long time. Also, the underdog in that fight. Here, Faziz took this fight on very short notice. Dan Hooker was supposed to be the opponent, and he stepped in there. You got hats off to him for stepping in there at such late notice, and it showed. Even though he was the favorite, Faziz was the favorite in that fight. So
yeah,
happy to see Gaethje win. I actually cashed a ticket on that one. Only ticket I cashed all weekend. I can't get my shit together. I can't pick a basketball game if I had a gun to my head at this point. So it's that time of the year. But that brings us to the Pereira fight. And we don't really have very many highlights of that fight because for me, it was pretty much uninspiring. You know, you got a lot of people arguing online that Pereira won that fight and you got to beat the champ and things of that nature. And to give him the third round would be a real stretch. To give him the third round, and I got him winning the first. I got Pereira winning there it is. Yep. That obnoxious Muslim Russian. I can't wait for the rematch. I hope Pereira head kick knocks him out in the rematch. I hope he gets his teeth knocked out of his mouth in the rematch. That would suit me just fine. That would make me happy. That would make me extremely happy to see that. I would love to see Pereira in the rematch. I'm already, a lot of people, Chael Sonnen, but he's a wrestler. And even though Pereira stuffed 11 takedowns in this fight, Ancliffe was able to win this fight with his wrestling, kind of Randy Couture style, especially that fourth round. Press him up against the cage, dirty boxing. He outboxed Pereira. Pereira definitely outkicked him. He outboxed Pereira. Pereira, failure to launch, man. Failure to launch here. He never really got off. And I think he was more worried about what Magomedov was going to do, as far as takedown-wise. His takedown defense was excellent, but I think he was more worried about Magomedov's takedowns than maybe he should have been. He should have let his hands and his feet go more. It's easy for me to say, sitting on my couch watching it. I'm not the guy that's in there having to deal with that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully Pereira comes back focused. They said there's going to be a rematch. I want a rematch. I want to see it happen. A lot of people want to see Pereira move up into the heavyweights. I don't want to really see that because I think he'd get dominated by John Jones, honestly. And that's the fight John Jones wants. That's the exclamation point on his career that he wants. And after this loss, it might not even have the same punch it might have had when Jones was really lobbying for it. Jones is still ducking Aspinall. That fight looks like it's not going to happen because Jones has to come to the table for that. As much as Dana White says it's going to happen, we'll see. That's yet to be determined if that fight even ever happens between Aspinall and Jones. But not my favorite fight. Not my favorite fight, man. I would rewatch it and try to rescore it, but I don't want to rewatch it. I really don't, because I think given Pereira that third round is a stretch, He definitely won the first round. I got him winning that fifth round. The rounds in between, I guess you could say 10-9 dominance. 10-9 dominance, man. 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, 10-9.
We put the card up there, so we put the card up there how it was scored. So it is what
Well,
it is.
some of them got Pereira winning winning one round of that fight.
Yeah.
I don't see that. I got him winning that fifth round. So I think everyone has him winning the first round. Some people have him winning the third. I don't. I don't need to rewatch the fight either to tell you that. Normally, under normal circumstances, I might say, yeah, let me rewatch the fight. I want to rewatch that. For me, that was a debacle. That was not what I wanted to see. I did not want to see that obnoxious Muslim Russian win. And he did, and get the belt too. Not my favorite time. Not my happy place.
Not your happy place?
Not my happy place, sir. No, not at all.
I gotcha.
Not at all.
All right, what else you got? What else is coming up?
Well, before we get into what's coming up, I'll talk about what a little bit of Dana White talked about in the press conference afterwards. I think Dana White and possibly under the UFC banner, who knows, is going to have a lot to do with boxing coming up here. He's got a deal cooking here with Turki Al-Sheikh, where he's going to be pretty much managing things with Turki Al-Sheikh when it comes to the boxing. We've seen some freaking really great fights put on by the Saudis here recently that probably never would have happened under normal circumstances because of Turki Al-Sheikh. I think they're bringing Dana White in maybe to make some money because he's really good. He's really good at that. He's really good at making money in the fight business. So, and I think that might mean in the long run, less money for the fighters, less money for the fighters, which they've been backing up the Brinks truck for these fighters over there in Saudi. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens there. That's yet to develop. We got some fight nights. We got some fight nights coming up. We got Vettori versus Delasivi 2. We'll see what happens in that one. That's next week. That'll be interesting. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Then we got 3 more weeks after that of fight nights in a row, it looks like. And our next big pay-per-view.
Hold on a second here.
Next big pay-per-view is going to be UFC 314. And that's going to be Volkanovski versus Lopez. So we'll see what happens there with that.
Chris
Volk's a hell of a fighter.
About the UFC, Dana White. So
what's up, guys? We have just done a deal to start a new boxing league with Turkey, who absolutely loves the sport of boxing.
I am very happy today. I give the flag of boxing to the best man who can handle it. He have a tough job now, but I am sure he will be delivering to the people and the fans the magnificent league and get boxing great again.
The model.
Get boxing great again.
We'll see. We'll see what happens there. I don't know if Dana White getting involved is good for the fighters. I don't know if it's good for might be good for boxing, might be good for the fans.
Competition is always good, right? Though, I mean, isn't it a little bit?
What's that?
Competition is always good. Even if it's,
Yeah, well, you got the Ali clause, which they're trying to. I think I spoke of this before, which they're monkeying with, which is going to allow what they have going on in the UFC to happen in boxing, where you got the same entities that are promoting the fights and sanctioning the fights and everything, representing the fighters, which isn't good. It's not. It kind of goes. Well, it's not good for the fighters anyway. It might be good for competition, but not good for the fighters in the sense that you won't have the kind of free agency that we've had here.
Right.
But they'll be able to make more fights, and they'll be able to be more competitive, which is probably good for the sport in the long run. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of money for the fighters, just not the same money that it's been. But obviously trying to change boxing, maybe for the better, maybe not. We'll wait and see with that, my friend.
Gotcha. Oh, all right. A lot to talk about in baseball. There is some concerning things. If you're a Yankees fan, Garrett Cole has gone under imaging for his throwing elbow, and he is seeking a second opinion. Sounds not good. Sounds like Tommy John. That could be bad. That could be very bad. Not good for the Yankees, who of course didn't get Juan Soto, who they desperately wanted. Already had him, just let him go. Couldn't re-sign him. And that they did a couple good pivots, but it is what it is. And opening day, shit, technically in Japan is like 2.5 weeks. More bad news for the Yankees. Sorry, but looks like Giancarlo Stanton also has an elbow injury. Now, how in both of them, I have no idea. The quote from Brian Hoch on X, Giancarlo Stanton says elbow injuries are considered severe in both elbows. He attributes it to bat adjustments from last season and unsure when he will be able to resume baseball activities. If surgery is needed, he said it will be season ending. Ouch! So that's not good at all. Other than that, most spring training has gone fairly fairly uneventful. We had some cool things happen with the Yankees. If I can find the quote, there it is. I'll share this. The Yankees broke from tradition. Statement from Yankees general partner Hal Steinbrenner. In recent weeks, I've spoken to a large number of former and current Yankees spanning several eras to elicit their perspectives on longstanding facial hair and grooming policy. Now, if you didn't know, Yankees, no facial hair. No. But, anyways, I appreciate their earnest and their varied feedback. The most recent conversations are extensive, ongoing internal dialogue that dates back several years. Ultimately, the final decision rests with me, and with great consideration, we'll be amending our expectations to allow players and uniform personnel to have well-groomed beards moving forward. It is the appropriate time to move beyond the familiar comfort of former policy. So, that being Devin Williams, who's now on the IL, coming over to the Yankees with this gangster beard, and he's like, yeah, I'm not shaving it, even though I signed a contract saying, I'm playing for you and I abide by your rules, which I think is kind of a fucking dick move. But anyways, the Yankees have yielded. So that's it.
With these giant beards that you guys have, how the hell are you supposed to don and clear a gas mask, my friend?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's not a problem on a baseball field, you fuck.
Well, why else? Exactly. That's my point. That's my point. See, that's my point. This whole thing, this whole clean shaven thing came about from World War I, and they had to shave. Everyone had to shave and able to get a good seal on a gas mask, and it became the style. And hell, my granddad was clean shaven till the day he died, and he was a former Marine, combat veteran.
One more neat news in baseball. The A's, they're not the Oakland A's, they're not the Las Vegas A's. They're playing in Sacramento this year, trying to figure out how to build a stadium in Las Vegas. It's kind of a fucking joke, but they did sign Lawrence Butler, the Law Dog, to an extension. So that's good on them. They do have a pretty actually neat, solid core there. If they're if they're starting pitching, can get a little more together. But the A's, it might surprise some people. Other than that, I have nothing else about baseball.
Well,
I'm just waiting for the team. Well, what?
Real quick, me being here in Phoenix, I went and saw on Thursday. I saw the Cubbies, your Cubbies. I saw your Cubbies lose to Kansas City, and it was a very confusing game because the Pook had a couple of drinks, right? And here the Royals uniform is royal blue, right? The only difference was the pants. From my vantage point, the only difference was the pants. I come out of the restroom, right? And I see the Royals scoring a run, and I'm jumping up and down, cheering and yelling because they're all wearing the same color caps. The Cubs are wearing the freaking light blue spring training caps with the crawling cub, right?
Right.
And the Royals are wearing their light blue cap, and they're all wearing the royal blue uniform. It was so goddamn confusing. I didn't know who the hell I was rooting for. I'll tell you what, maybe if I didn't have so many drinks, I would have known who I was rooting for. But I'm rooting for the freaking wrong team. They had to think I was out of my mind. I'm jumping up and down screaming for the Royals to score, and I'm decked out in full Cubbies gear. You saw the hoodie I was wearing last week with the hat. I was wearing the same outfit. They had to think I was freaking out of my mind or just a drunk idiot, which probably is both true.
Right. I mean, yeah, sure, that's fine. Chris sent me. Apparently, the A's have designed their stadium. How they're gonna be able to pay for it is fucking beyond me. But this is what they're looking like in Las Vegas. This is what they're thinking.
Plenty of money in Vegas.
I mean, that's a pretty cool looking stadium.
Plenty of money in Vegas.
Pretty cool looking stadium. So
I'm already a fan. I'd love to see a game. I don't necessarily want to go see a Raider game, but I'd love to see some baseball in Vegas. Maybe I'll have to go out there for a baseball game sometime next year. That's going to happen. Hey, in my defense here, Minnie, did you spring forward last night?
Yes, I did.
We don't.
We
don't. That's where the confusion came in. I thought we were staying consistent with the same time. I forgot the rest of the country switches. We are no longer on Mountain Time Zone. We are now over here on the Pacific Time Zone. So now I am 3 hours behind New York instead of 2. So that's where the confusion came in. Sorry for that. I know you almost wanted to cancel the show because we're Pops, please get well. Please get well, because man, when these older guys start getting sick all the time, it's not good, man. So please get well, Pops. Please get well. You'll be in my thoughts and prayers. You'll be in my prayers for sure, Pops. Please get well. So
absolutely.
That being said, I felt like we still needed to put on a show because if we're gonna ever freaking build an audience, we're gonna have to stay consistent with this. And if that's the case, we got to show up. Part of being exceptional is showing up, man.
Listen to you, Staff Sergeant.
I mean, come on.
You had to throw a kill in there, didn't you? You fuck. Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm just very excited about the season. We need one person. We got to talk Pterodactyl into joining the league, and then we'll have 6. We have 6 right now, but somehow my dad added me somehow. We need 6 guys. We get T in there or somebody else. Then we'll draft. We'll have a fantasy baseball thing. We can talk about every single episode of Sports Church, which is important. We just have content just coming out just because of that. I'm really looking forward to it. The baseball season actually starts in Japan, which is
how
weird.
You like that? How do you like that?
I'm fine with it. It makes sense. I mean, look, you got Shohei Ohtani, Yamamoto. You've got Roki Sasaki. I mean, it's huge. I mean, Japan has always been huge about baseball, but to have that market come and watch Major League Baseball, it's huge.
But how is this making America great? By starting our nation's pastime overseas.
Well, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with, I wish we had baseball programs in China. I wish we had more of them in India, so we could just tap the greater talent pool. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, spring training is just around the corner. It isn't, but the official start of the season starts in Japan, then it starts here. Of course, I think Cincinnati's got the first game. They usually do, and I'm just ready for baseball. My wife is hoping and praying that they MLB does a sale for the extra innings game, so I can watch my Cubbies. But I don't think it's going to happen. But either way, my son's got a T-ball set. He's got a bat. He's got a glove. He's got everything ready to go. So we're going to get to that. It's getting pretty warm here. If it stays solid, me and the boy have been doing drills out in the backyard. So baseball's in season. Can't wait. We also have college basketball. Pook, are you going to do a
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm happy that you brought this up because my next line was going to be when you try to get off the air, I was going to be like, hey, not so fast. I'm not letting you off the hook that easy. We got college hoops, man.
Right.
And I've started paying attention. I've been watching more games. We'll round up the top 25, and I'll comment on some of these teams, what I know so far, which isn't much, but I'm learning. We got because I really don't start paying attention till the end of February. But then it becomes almost religious to me. I'm actually going to make my pilgrimage here to Las Vegas here coming up in a couple weeks. I'm going to be there for the first 2 days of the opening tournament. Hopefully I can get some W's. To help out my pocketbook because I don't plan on doing any real gambling outside of maybe playing some poker and betting some NCAA men's basketball tournament. So we got top 25. We got Mississippi State rounding off your top 25 at 25. You got Arizona at 24. You got BYU at 23 with a record of 21-8. Texas A&M a record of 20-9. St. Mary's again at 21, 27-4. Pretty decent record. They don't face quite the competition they get like in the ACC, even though ACC's having a down year, SEC, Big Ten, whatever, what have you. But St. Mary's very formidable. I could be a Final Four team. Shit, you got Marquette. Marquette's 22-7. They just freaking lost to St. freaking John's the other day. And I listened to these guys. I'm only making small bets here. I'm because once you start gambling on this stuff, it's hard to watch if you don't have some kind of stake on it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I got a small stake on this. I'm listening. And normally if I would just go off of my own guts and I pick the pick that I want to pick, I bet saying
come on, Poop.
Yeah, I'm coming. I bet St. John's. John's. If I'm coming with what's in my gut, I bet St. John's. But I'm listening to these yahoos in the internet tell me how important this game is for the NCAA tournament moving forward for Marquette to win. And it's a home game. And I see the Vegas books have Marquette favored. And with my goofdom, I listen to these yahoos. In my goofdom, I listen to these yahoos, and I bet against my own gut. I bet against my own heart. And I took an L as I should have. So number 19, you got University of Kentucky, 19-10. Purdue, I don't see Purdue. Purdue's ranked 18. I really don't see Purdue going very far. They got point guards that really like to throw the ball away,
Okay.
And they got players that like to disappear in big moments. So I really don't see Purdue going anywhere. Michigan, number 17. Man, they look like shit today. Michigan looked like absolute shit today. They played Michigan State. Izzo's got that team tuned up. Izzo's got his team tuned up, man.
Yeah.
So Michigan State freaking crushed Michigan today. Memphis, 24-5. Missouri, 21-8 at 15. We got Louisville, however you want to say it. Louisville. Ranked for, however you say it, man. However you say it. If you're from there, I guess you say I guess you say it with gravel in your mouth if you're from there.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we got them at 23-6, number 14. Maryland 22-7. Wisconsin, your Wisconsin Badgers 22-7. They're ranked 12. Clemson, ranked 11, 24-5. Iowa State University, 22-7, ranked 10. We got number 9, Texas Tech, Bobby Knight's last stop, 22-7, ranked number 9. Michigan State, who I really like, I might pick them to be a Final Four team. That's
Why
not going to be
not?
that's not going to be that's not a secret, man. That's not a
Yeah.
secret. I might depending on how the brackets, it all depends where they are, where they fall in, who the matchups are, because this, matchups make fights, or I guess in this case, matchups make matches in basketball.
Right.
So we'll see how that shakes out. Alabama beating Auburn, number 1 Auburn, after losing to Tennessee disappointingly earlier last week. Comes back and beats Auburn. Auburn, a heavy favorite. I believe Alabama money line was like plus 300 in this 300 and change, almost a 4-1 underdog. They beat number 1 Auburn earlier this week. I guess that's a spoiler alert. We already know who number 1 is. They're going to fall, though. They're obviously going to fall and Alabama's going to move up. And when these new rankings come out, we spoke about St. John's earlier. St. John's is number 6, very tough team, 26-4. Florida, another SEC team. A lot of talking heads on ESPN got all SEC Final Four. They say this is the biggest year for the SEC ever in basketball. It's soon to be determined.
Are you going to start a bracket for us, bracket challenge?
I thought we went through this. You already got the parameters. You already got it all set up. All you got to do is send out the emails. I mean, I stumble through tech. I'm not a techie guy.
All right.
I am not a techie guy.
So no worries. Just to close things out a little bit of not breaking news, baseball news. Kind of saw this coming with the Shohei contract, the Imanaga contract, with the Juan Soto contract, but the MLB PA, Major League Baseball Players Association Executive Director Tony Clark, on the possibility of lockout after 2026 season. Unless I am mistaken, the league has come out and said there's going to be a work stoppage. Probably because of the deferment salaries and these massive salaries that are coming out for certain guys, and actually kind of, and some people might say, be destroying the mid-market free agent set. So I don't know. I hope not. I mean, the last time they did it for a minute,
it killed baseball.
It killed baseball.
It
was before 98. Yeah, it just fucking kicked me in the gut, and I don't think we need another one. Just figure the fuck out. Maybe somebody needs to chloroform Steve Cohen so we stop spending so much fucking money. I don't know, but other than that, I can't wait for it to start. I'm super excited. I just got some T-balls for my son. So he's got the bat, the T-balls, the helmet. He's got the stand. So we're ready to go here in the next week. Other than that, remember, never take a permanent solution to temporary problem. That's all I have for final thoughts. Enjoy the season. Go.
You left out number 4, Tennessee, 24-5. Number 3, Houston, 25-4. Duke just keeps smashing teams. They had a rival. Duke just keeps smashing teams, man. They smashed in the rivalry against UNC. They smashed UNC this weekend.
Wow.
They're trucking, man. Duke's trucking. Duke probably another Final Four pick, depending on how that bracket shakes out. I might even have them winning the whole thing this year. You got Auburn at number 1. Like I said, their ranking is going to fall after the loss to Alabama. So, that being said, as far as the rebuttal to what you just said about the MLB, the freaking owners are their own worst enemies when it comes to this.
True story.
Come on.
True story.
It's a freaking joke, man. They're going to have a work stoppage because they're the ones that negotiate these freaking bullshit contracts. Okay, I guess so.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but it's not looking good. I think a lot of it will be determined this upcoming off season and see what happens there with the free agents. But I think Steve Cohen with the Juan Soto deal kind of broke the bank. I think Shohei deal with the Yankees or with the Dodgers and all the other deals the Dodgers signed with just deferred money. I think that actually the Dodgers are obligated to like $1.63 billion in salary. They're obligated to right now. So it's getting a little stupid.
Let me understand this a little bit better. So are they just going to keep, if things go on the current trajectory, if things keep going the way it's going, they're just going to keep deferring salaries, keep deferring salaries. It'll be 20 years out. How's this going to work?
Shohei right now is getting paid $2 million a year. And I think his contract deferred out 10 plus years. And then eventually he gets the lump sum. It's all guaranteed, of course. But yeah, it's weird how they're doing it. And what they're doing is because MLB does have a luxury tax. So what you do is you sign a guy, you give him, all right, here's a chunk of change. We're going to defer the rest of it out so that your average annual value of your contract doesn't hit our basically tax, our luxury tax, basically. That's basically what it is. So it doesn't do that. So that's why teams are doing it. And other teams are getting upset because, well, we can't do this. We can't compete with this. This is rubbish. And so there's going to be a work stoppage in 2026. Allegedly, maybe. I don't know. Hopefully not. But
and does that mean I won't be able to go to Vegas to see the A's play?
Well, they're supposed to be there in 2026, I think, ish, maybe, if they get the approval for that stadium. But be honest with you, it'll probably be 2027 before you actually see the Las Vegas Athletics. I'm guessing. Because it'll take at least a year to build that stadium. So, yeah. Yay, baseball. Way to step on your own dick every single chance you got. That's what they do. All right, Pookie, any final thoughts before we get out of here, Bubba?
Well, Minnie, I talked about my feelings on the transgender athletes and the way America's going with that. And not happy about that, you know.
Not happy about that?
No, not happy about that because we were seeing some quality women's sports there for a while. So hopefully they straighten that out eventually. And just be kind to one another. Be kind to one another. It's hard to do sometimes. Be forgiving and kind. Amen.
Amen. All right, brother. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you next week.
I'm pretty tired. Think I'll go home now.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.